Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be my 12 to 20 week update. Currently 20 weeks pregnant. How has that happened? It feels like it's been forever, but also feels like it's not. It's been like a week. So yeah, 20 weeks pregnant, technically halfway there. So still a long way to go, but also still not a long way to go. So far this chunk has been, it's had its ups and downs, but it's definitely been pretty much what I was hoping it would be. Lots of different symptoms have happened and lots of things have happened which I wanted to update you on. It's really fun to do these updates, especially during coronavirus. It feels like, you know, I do have a network of mums around me, or mums to be around me, like we're all in this together. Anyway, so I'm going to give you that update. I'm so cold. I have my wheat bag here. I want to put it around my neck. I bought Lawrence one for Christmas and it's off this lovely little Etsy store. I mean, they don't know I'm talking about them, but I will link them below because they're gorgeous. Everything's made with like ethical fabric and it's got lavender wheat inside, so it smells incredible. But yeah, I bought one for Lawrence for Christmas and then I was very jealous actually, so I went back on Etsy and ordered myself one after. This one's got bees on, but it's lovely and warm, so I'm going to be cradling this like my little baby. Yeah, let's get on with it. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing okay. It's tough times at the moment for everyone in different ways, so I hope everyone's doing as okay as they can and looking after each other. But yeah, sit back, chill out, and let's get into it. So I have obviously done a first trimester video which I've linked down below for you, so if you want to catch up on that first you can go and do that. Yeah, I left it at week 13, which is when we got our scan, I believe. It was incredible to get our scan, and then yeah, it gave me lots of motivation. Just a recap, I do have Hyperemisis Gravidarum, which is an extreme form of sickness, so this doesn't apply to everyone, that section when I talk about that. But other than that, it's been like quite a smooth pregnancy, which is great. So week 14 to 15 we started telling family and friends. That was wonderful. Everyone is, can you believe how out of breath I am? That is a symptom, by the way. Everyone's really excited, over the moon, joyed. How we told them was different because the week we told them I think it's just started going into another lockdown. So yeah, how we told them was different, but it's still really magical in its own right. So that was really nice. I'm glad that I waited that long to tell them, just because you know, you never know, you just really never know. I felt confident telling them, and I think when you do tell people, there's not really pressure, but there's a little bit more, there's more people invested now in this journey, and yeah, you want things to run smoothly, so that was really nice. We got our official due date, which I'm not sharing with anyone because I feel like a due date, do many babies make it on their due date? So I don't want that kind of added pressure around the due dates, but it should be a June baby, it should be. Week 15 I started to notice, and Lawrence started to notice, a little bump, finally. So I had an absolute zero bump until week 15, and that was when I knew it was a bump, because if I laid on my back, normally like my stomach would be like flattish or whatever, but this time there was just, you know, there was just no breathing it in, there was just like this little bump kind of thing. So that was really reassuring and really nice, especially being so unwell. Yeah, just seeing the bump start finally was great. I hadn't put on any weight whatsoever. In fact, I lost some, but at this week my weight was steadying. So Satsumas are still a huge thing at this stage. They essentially just keep me ticking by, these Satsumas. The sickness had definitely eased. I'm still being sick now and I'm week 20, but it's definitely eased quite a lot. I do take a medication for it, and I manage it with the diet, how I eat. So I have found that with sickness, the best things you can do is, one, speak to your GP. Honestly, do not battle through it, especially if you're becoming dehydrated and unwell like I was. Two, high protein food and vitamin B rich foods. So I found when I eat eggs, avocado, fish, things like that, especially before bed, I always felt a little bit better. In fact, a lot better. So if I was to eat like tuna jacket potato with a side of boiled egg on the side, my dinner that night, the next day I would feel pretty good because it controls your blood sugars throughout the night. I think that's how it works, which helps you feel better the next day. Obviously team that with taking an anti-sickness medication really has helped, and eating little and often. And by little and often, I mean like, you know, a couple of satsumas or a couple of carrots. That's what I eat anyway. Biscuit or two. What else do I snack on? I'm just always eating. I just have to always eat. And I still don't get hungry at all. I don't feel that feeling of, oh, I fancy this because I'm hungry. I get unwell and I'm like, oh, I must be hungry because I'm feeling like I'm about to throw up, and then I will eat and feel better. Christmas, we did have my mum over because she lives on her own, and that was really nice. Christmas dinner, which I was so dreading in my first trimester. Luckily by that week I loved it. I'd got to the point where I could eat food again. I still can't eat green veggies, but it was a good day. Week 16. So normally at week 16 you meet with your midwife to have a 16-week appointment. I know that a lot of people are doing 16-week appointments over the phone now, and I'm also aware that not every trust offers listening to the baby's heartbeat. Luckily my trust did offer that, so on my 16-week appointment with my midwife, I had to go in alone. Lawrence wasn't allowed, but he was allowed to listen through the window when the heartbeat was being, I'm hiccuping, when the heartbeat was being played, and that was it, so that was good. But yes, I did try and talk about birth plans, but there wasn't too much time for chit chat, so that was kind of a shame. But she did give me some numbers to speak to other people about it who have more time, so that's good. Because although I'm gonna try and go with the flow with birth, because birth is so unpredictable, I don't want to go in completely blind. I want to talk to someone about what this is all going to involve. Anyway, so the midwife appointment went well. We did listen to the heartbeat via a Doppler, I think it's called. It was really nice. Luckily she found it straight away, because sometimes they can't find it. I know my placenta is anterior, I think. It means like my baby's more at the front, which means it will be easier to hear the heartbeat, and it will also be easier to feel movements sooner in the pregnancy. So yeah, 16 weeks was a good week. Heard the heartbeat. That week I've started loving hot chocolates and Horlicks, but Horlicks with the Barista Alpro almond milk is, oh, it's so good. So my sweet tooth is slightly coming back. I still can't drink tea or anything like that. I don't think I ever will, because I don't know what it is, but it just makes me unwell. And I'm loving cereal. I'm loving cereal. Around 17 weeks to 20 weeks, which is where I'm at now, I've been feeling movements every day. They started off feeling like a rolling feeling in my stomach, but it was more near my ribs, pushing up against my rib here. I have also been feeling like bruised, and I think like ligament pain. Like sometimes I get a sharp pain, sometimes I just feel like I've been punched in the ribs. I think that's more so to do with like how fast your body is stretching and pulling, and your muscles are pulling open. So I have been trying to do yoga. I'm not doing like pregnancy yoga, I'm just doing normal yoga and only doing what feels comfortable. If you do have any pregnancy workouts, let me know. But I have tried a couple and they're a bit too much on the easy side. I don't know, I still feel very mobile and very able. So I have been doing normal yoga and just stretching, like stretching at the sides, making sure I'm helping my body stretch out. So yeah, there's been like a bit of pain, but now I actually know the actual baby moving, because I was feeling that for a while, and then I started feeling what feels like a fish, a live fish inside my stomach. It's so odd. It just feels like this flipping fish, like this like all kind of slippery and squirmy inside my stomach. So yeah, it feels, it kind of takes your breath away as well. You're like, oh, what's that? So that's been really reassuring again, and I definitely feel more connected to the baby. I'm gonna be like really honest and open here. I felt like when I saw other people talk about their pregnancies or heard about them, especially online, there was very much this essence of, I felt this strong bond. I knew it was a girl, I knew it was a boy. I didn't have that, and that got me down. Like mentally it got me down, because I thought, oh my gosh, like what's wrong with me? Why am I not bonding? I didn't connect at all. I was excited, I was grateful, I was happy, but I didn't have like this big connection to this baby, because I just didn't. I was very ill most of the time, and I was just grateful that my body was still producing a healthy baby. But now, feeling it move and seeing scans and things, I do feel like this little bit of connection. It's really nice. And I am excited now, and I'm picturing and I'm dreaming of the baby and what it will look like. I do say it, by the way, because I've not found out the sex, and we don't intend to until birth. So it's going to be a really nice surprise. I feel like finally now at 20 weeks I can say, oh yeah, I love, you know, I just love carrying a baby. I have to say, the body is incredible. I'm incredibly grateful, and I feel good. Like, I just feel good about myself. I don't know, I just feel a bit better that there's actually an obvious bump there. It's rock solid, by the way. I thought it'd be like a bit spongy, but it's like rock solid. It's so strange. So I'll show you that bump in a minute, but again, I'm loving it. I haven't got any stretch marks yet. I do use oil. So before we get on to the 20-week scan chat, I have to say this week I've gone back to like being so tired. Just before I was filming this video, I was filming another video and doing some outside of YouTube work, and my eyes were just closing, like I couldn't keep them awake. And it always gets to about 2 and after I eat, and I don't know, just this week it felt like back at the first trimester where I just can't stay awake. So don't know what's going on there. 18 and 19 very, very similar. Then week 20 came and we had our 20-week scan. I was so much more nervous for our 20-week scan than I ever was for our 12-week scan. I think because 20-week scan is when they really look at the baby intensely, and they can tell you if there are any issues. They kind of measure everything about the baby, like everything. They look at the heart, they look at the brain, the head, the lips, the nose, the legs, just everything, and check that everything's like in the normal range or doing okay. I'm so fortunate the baby has come back normal in everything. So that's all I could have ever hoped for. The scan was lovely. Lawrence got to come in with me, which is good because it's obviously his baby as well, and I do think the partners should be in there. But he only got to come in for the scan, so I have to wait in the waiting room on my own. Then when I go in, I can call him, he can come up, and then he has to leave after. But that was really nice. Like, the baby was just moving, and at one point its legs were above its head, and it was like sleeping like this, and that's kind of how I sleep. Like, she gave us loads of photos. I'll put some photos up here, and it was just really nice. Like, the photo of the foot is my absolute favorite. I just, like, my baby has a foot, like an actual foot with toes. Can you believe that? I just can't believe that. You know, I'm feeling like a new kind of love coming out. I can't explain it, I really can't, but it's like this new breath of fresh air for life, and that's what I'm feeling. Actually, I bought one thing from Aldi in the baby event, a little bath and room thermometer. So it floats in the bath and you put it in the bedroom, so it can always tell you the right temperature. But that's all I've done. That is all I've done, and I'm halfway through. Am I leaving it way too late? I don't know, but who knows. I'm really lucky because I'm gonna get lots of hand-me-downs from family members. But obviously I need to wait until COVID has dropped before I can do that. Yeah, I really need to start, I think. I've got in my mind what the nursery is going to look like. I'm actually going to go and ask you on Instagram. So if you'd rather tell me on Instagram, then tell me. But I would love for you to tell me your top tip on the newborn stage, because what I do want to prepare for is newborn. I'd love to know, like, just a tip, something you wish you'd known, or you wish you did, or something you did and you were really glad you did, because that will help me learn. I know lots of people say, like, don't plan too much for the birth, but it's the newborn stage, the first 3 months you need to plan for. So feel free to leave that. I'm gonna show you my bump date now. I'm gonna show you my bump. So I'm getting that snail trail thing, which my app warned me about. But yeah, it's getting, gosh, looks quite big on camera, does it? but it's like rock solid. Gosh, does that look big? Yeah. Big pregnant lady, hey. Someone asked me about what app I use, by the way. I use the Pregnancy Plus app, and yeah, this week my baby is the size of a kitten. Seriously, crazy cat lady is so happy about that. The weekly update at 20 weeks is your baby now looks very much like they will at birth, only smaller. Your baby may be sucking their thumb, yawning, kicking up a storm in your uterus, which I think they are. Hair is growing on your baby's head, and their facial features are all formed. There is no need for an ultrasound to hear the heartbeat or a stethoscope. Oh, as a stethoscope is powerful enough to pick up the rhythm now. Your baby's intestines are absorbing small amounts of sugar from the amniotic fluid. Your baby is now able to blink, and the eyelashes and eyebrows are formed. That is incredible, isn't it? Just a good part of the pregnancy. I'm going to relish the happiness of this part of the pregnancy as long as possible, because I do hear a lot that the third trimester, especially nearing the end, can be really difficult and uncomfortable. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there because I've probably been rambling so much. I will be doing other pregnancy updates and also like nursery updates and things like that. So if you did want to see that, make sure you are subscribed. Thanks so much for watching today's video. And I really hope you're doing well despite what's going on in the world and you enjoyed this video. And I love you guys so, so much. Bye.